Welcome everyone, I'm Annihilator, and today we're building a squid farm in a river biome. It's critical you build this farm in a river biome, not ocean. It'll only really work well in a river biome, so let's get at it. Welcome everyone, so today we're building a squid farm. Now why do you need a squid farm? There's a couple of reasons. You want to make some books, squid ink is good for that, book and quills, and concrete, black concrete, grey concrete, or grey windows, black windows. They all need black dye. Now, this little farm that I've got above me here will produce 1,200 ink sacks an hour. Now, you don't need to go as big as this. This is just for demonstration purposes for the reasons I'm going to explain now. So we are busy flying above the farm. You can see this farm is quite long and thin because I had to get it in the confines of a river biome. So if I press F3 and you look on my bottom left hand side of my screen, you'll see there it's circled in red, it says river biome. You have to build the squid farm in a river biome or an ocean biome. But I'm going to tell the mouse, don't even bother with an ocean biome, build it in a river biome, because in an ocean biome there's too much water and the squids are not going to spawn in your farm. Second thing is that it is very, very critical that your squid water spawning layer, so that layer down there, that solid block is on layer 62. It has to be layer 62 or below down to layer 46. Any one of those layers is fine, but I generally put it on layer 62 for it to work. If you go higher than 62, your squids are not going to spawn. As I said, you don't need all this fancy stuff I put in above it. It just makes it look a bit nicer. Now the thing is, you could get away with a row of 3 or even a 2x2 farm. Depends how much ink you need. So that is what entirely up to your decision. So I'll give you the specs of this farm and how many resources it does need. It is quite heavy on iron for the hoppers. And also everywhere here where you see the sand, so all the way down there, all the way down there, and you'll see it some down there, I filled it in. That used to be water, because if you go 128 blocks out in each direction from this farm, you want to make sure there's as little water or no water as possible on the surface at layer 62 to 46, or you're going to be again fighting for squids to spawn. So that's why I've selected this mountainous area. You can see there's an ocean down there, but that's too far, and there's some more water down there. That's also getting too far. So if I stand just this side, you'll see birch forest this side, and now this side is the river, and then it should change in here somewhere to birch forest. So that's why I picked this area, because it was the perfect one for the farm itself. And this all used to be one big river, and I filled it in. So let's get to it. The biggest time sink of this farm is going to be filling in the water and digging down, because you have to hollow this out. All right, so be prepared. You're going to do a lot of digging, guys. All of this is you have to dig out either with explosives or by hand, and it goes from layer 62 all the way down to layer 35. Wrong button. All right, what I've done is I've cordoned off this area here, because on the outside border, this line here, all the way around, except obviously in front here, is birch forest. So inside of here is all river biome. So I need to go from this layer, which is layer 62, the one I'm standing at, all the way down to layer 35. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in this, like, whoops, not there, like that, so I know where my holes are going to be. All right, so we're just going to do that, like that, and then one more. All right, so this one will be a nice 4x3, which isn't bad. It's plenty actually. So now I'm going to dig out all the way down to layer 35, all the way around here. Now obviously this will take you probably about an hour to dig in the real world. Make sure you've got a shovel with mending or something like that, and just get ready to dig, because it is going to take you a while. So enjoy the time lapse. Okay, so we've dug a hole all the way down to layer 34. We've put down a double chest and hoppers feeding into it. Now this whole floor we're going to line with hoppers. So we're just going to do that very quickly, just going to feed them into each other like so. And it doesn't really matter how you do the feed order. They're all going to go into the end hopper as long as they're all connected up. Okay, so we're just going to do that quickly. All right, and then one more for good measure. All right, so that's our hopper array. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 35 hoppers, call it 36 hoppers. So the next part is going to be our slabs. Again, very simple. You're just going to line the whole floor with slabs. So 36 slabs. This will not take you long to do. As you can see there, you just crouch and place your slabs down. And we are done. All right, so that is our collection system for our squidding. They're going to fall down and take full damage, critical full damage, and die. So from here, we need to go up to layer 45. All right, so where are you going to do that? F3. All right, so this is layer 45 here. Or one more down, that's 45 there. So I'm just going to punch a hole in the wall so I know it's layer 45. Now this is where we're going to put our gates, our fence gates, to make sure the water does not flow all the way down, because we want to kill the squids with full damage. So our first grid is in this corner. So we're just going to go back down. Obviously you would need scaffolding for this. So we're just going to punch down to 45. So that's there. It's in the corner. So we're going to take one gate and we're going to put it there. One below it in the middle underneath. And the one on the side here. I just want to keep it parallel. And then voila. So that's the corner done. So you need to now do this for the rest of them. So we're just going to do the same thing here. I'm going to put one there, one underneath to stop the water flowing there. And then we need to come out too. So I'm just going to do it like that. And then break that one out and break that one out. All right. And then the last one comes down there. So we just need to put another one there and there. So if I've now done this right, okay, so take two on that. We're going to put water there, and water there. Now if we go down to the bottom here, all right, that's perfect. Now we're just going to rinse and repeat that. We're going to put in more gates and more all over the show here so we can place in the rest of our buckets of water. Alrighty, so we've now, if I've done this correctly, we should be able to just place in all our buckets of water. Okay, and now I do suggest you don't, okay, so there's a mistake I've made there because I didn't put, that's why I had the torches placed in another place, because it gets, whoops, gets a little dark. Okay, so we put one there. Okay, and now we're just going to put in a few torches so we can actually see what we're doing. Squids do not need a specific light level of any kind to spawn. They will just spawn. All right, and we are basically done, guys. That's the farm. Now there is the final step. What we need to do, or two final steps actually. We need to open up all of these gates. If you don't open the gates, look, the farm will function. However, it is going to hurt your drop rates because the ink sacks can get stuck on the gates when the squids drop down. All right, let's just have a look. There's one more there and another one there. Okay, and there we go. Now, you will also get fish out of this. Not a lot, but you will get fish that fall down to their deaths. And they'll land down here. I'm just going to put some torches down there and there. Alright, so how it works, the squids will spawn in that block, then they'll fall out the sides or at the bottom, land on the floor and die from fall damage, and then they'll go into that chest over there. And that's the entirety of the farm, guys. Now, what you have to do is have an AFK column. So this is layer 65 or 62. So what you need to be is at least 24 blocks away from the farm. So just what I normally do is I go 24 blocks, or 30 blocks actually, from that farm up here. I make myself a little platform, as you can see there. And then I just spend a couple of hours, and I've got more squid ink than I could ever possibly use. So this size, even this 4x3 is more ink than you would need even for a single player server. But if you've got a big server, you can probably do something like that quite easily. But you can see I've got two farms right next to each other. I have blocked off this farm here. There's no more water in it, as you can see there. But this is a farm I let run for just over half an hour, about 34 minutes. And you can see the amount of squid ink I got out of it. So 41 salmon, I don't know where the bone meal came from. I don't know. But you can see there 10 stacks, so 640 squid ink, and 646 squid ink. So guys, that's it. That's the whole farm. I hope you enjoyed. The biggest thing about building a farm like this is digging the chunk out. Stay tuned for the outro. Cheers. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Please do remember to click up here for our videos, for other tutorials, and more. And do remember to smash that subscribe button, share the video far and wide. We've got another tutorial coming up. So our next farm is going to be an AFK gold farm, so stay tuned for that. Lots of work in that one, but it's really, really worth it. Until next time, keep safe, keep well.